So I'm going to start my segment with a question. Who in this room really enjoys eating sushi? All right, almost everyone. Who's ever been to an all-you-can-eat sushi establishment and done all-you-can-eat? Awesome. Well, this story begins at an all-you-can-eat sushi restaurant called Sushi Count in Lincoln Park.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Well done.
So one day, about 4 years ago, it was, I believe, May 2013, I was out at an all-you-can-eat sushi restaurant for my friend Brian's birthday. And there were about 6 or 7 of us there, and we ordered a round of sushi, ate that sushi, decided we were still hungry, ordered another round of sushi, started eating that sushi, and as we started eating that second round of sushi, we're like, fuck it, let's order a third round. So we ordered even more sushi, and that was our mistake, because as we were finishing our second round of sushi, we started getting full. Like, oh, why did we order that third round of sushi? And the problem with these all-you-can-eat places is that a lot of them will charge you for the sushi you don't eat because they don't want you ordering way too much and then not eating it. Because, it's just like a flat price for all the sushi you get. So that third round comes and we're like, oh my god, there's so much food here. How are we going to eat all this? And then one of the people that was with us was like, oh, I wish I had some way of knowing how much sushi I ate. Sometimes I make marks on my chopsticks with a pen and tally up the sushi I eat. But she's like, but now I have no way of knowing how much sushi I consume. And I was like, all right, what if there was an app for this? What if there was an app where you could pull out your phone and there's a little piece of sushi on there, and every time you eat a piece of sushi, you can tap the piece of sushi and it'll increment a number, and it's called the Sushi Count. And everyone's like, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. And I'm like, no, this would be awesome if that was an app. So that night, I went home, and I made an app called Sushi Count. And it works exactly as I just described. It says, eat sushi, then tap sushi. Let me make my screen brighter. Eat sushi, then tap sushi, and you follow this pattern of nom nom, tap. Nom nom, tap. And that's all it does. The button in the corner says new meal. You can press new meal and it will reset your count.
There's no high score?
There's no high score. There's no high score. That would be a little too advanced for what I was trying to do.
Simplicity.
Yeah, simplicity is key here.
Great reviews.
Yeah. Oh, well, yeah, we'll get to the reviews later. The reviews are the best part. So, yes, I made this app. So then I was like, all right, well, I made this thing. I might as well submit it to the App Store. So I started reading the Apple developer guidelines and came across something very discouraging. This is the actual language they use in their app guidelines. They say, if your app looks like it was cobbled together in a few days and you're trying to get your first practice app into the store to impress your friends, please brace yourself for rejection. We have lots of serious developers who don't want their quality apps to be surrounded by amateur hour. This is copy and pasted verbatim from the Apple website. So I was like, all right, well, there's no way this thing is ever gonna make it into the App Store. People don't want their apps to be surrounded by amateur hour. But I submitted it anyway, just for shits. And lo and behold, the first try, they accepted it into the App Store.
Wow.
Woo! Wow! Now I have this stupid app in the the iOS App Store. How do I take this joke even farther? So I submitted it to the Android Store, and that went in. And I was like, all right, now I have an app on both platforms. How do I take this joke even farther? So I decided to turn this whole project into a satire of Silicon Valley. So I made a marketing website, SushiCount.com. And I thought of all these, apps that exist where some company's trying to solve some absolutely stupid problem, and they throw, investors throw tons of money at it, and a big team assembles to solve something stupid. Around this time, an app called Yo came out. I don't know if anyone remembers that I think it raised $1 million at a $10 million valuation. You could send your friends the word Yo. So I decided to kind of make a satire of all that. So I made a marketing site, SushiCount.com. And website. Counting sushi is hard. Out in a better way.
It's the API.
Yeah, so I'll go through some of these pages. So I made it. We'll start with the team. So I three offices in Chicago, London, and Paris, and I assembled a team of 93 people working on the Sushi County problem with some great titles such as Coordinator of Dreams and Realities. What else do we have? We have Egyptian relations.
How can we join this team?
Careers page.
I'll send out an application. Let's see. We have the Sushi Spirituality Advisor. We have one intern. Yes, Stanley is our intern. He's been our intern for about 4 years. Some of you know some of the people on here. But yeah, so I also went as far as to create an API. This is an actual functional API. You can go to api.sushicount.com/add-piece-of-sushi/ and give it a number, and it returns a JSON response of. So I gave it 50, and now it says 51. And of course, it's incredibly powerful API running advanced algorithms on large sushi consumption data sets to give you the most accurate information, blah, blah, blah. We're changing the world one counted piece of sushi at a time. You can all go to sushicount.com and read through this. I also made a couple commercials. One for the iOS version and one for the Android version. I'll play one of these.
You gotta play both of them, they're hilarious.
Alright, I'll play both of them. So this is the iOS promo. Hopefully you'll be able to hear it. So that's the ad for the iOS version. Then after I made the Android version, I released this version. We love to count sushi. We love to count sushi. We love to count sushi. We love to count sushi on Android. That's the Sushi Count website. Now, I think the best part of Sushi Count is actually not the app or the website. It is the reviews people have posted to the App Store. These are actual reviews I pulled off.
And you didn't pay anybody to do that?
What?
You didn't pay anybody to write these reviews?
No, I don't even know who some of these people are. I know who the middle guy is. The middle guy, Gus, is my friend. I have no idea who the first one is. I'll read a little excerpt. All my life I've struggled with a truly embarrassing disorder. Sushi. Now that Sushi Count has come into my life, I can keep track of the number of sushi I have consumed and take the first step towards putting my life back on track. To the intrepid designer of this amazing app, will you please come out with similar versions for other food and beverages? I know that Sushi Count can only count sushi, but I bet the world could definitely use a similar app to this for foods such as pancakes, hot dogs, and cans of soda. We also have reviews in other languages, as you can see here.
Even after making social?
Yeah, anyway, so feel free to go to either the iOS or the Android app stores and read more of the reviews. Some of them are absolutely fantastic. Now, can anyone guess what my record is for most sushi I have consumed in a single setting, a single sitting?
50.
52. That's a lot of sushi, guys.
Any other guesses?
20, 30, that's what to say.
35. 35.
All right, Mert is the closest.
What?
What? They gotta be
So my record is actually not 70, it's higher than this, but I put this picture here. This was my boss at the time. I was in San Francisco. And going into this night, my record was 55, and he was very determined to beat me. And he did, he ate 56, and he looks like he's about to die. Meanwhile, I'm next to him with 70, and then I actually ate 10 more after that. And 80 pieces of sushi. That is my record. I don't think I will ever come close to that again. That was kind of a rough night. The thing I love about these types of pictures is I still get friends sending me pictures like this. To this day, like, keep in mind, I rarely talk about Sushi Count or bring it up, but so a couple of weeks ago, I got a Snapchat from someone I knew in passing in 2012, but I haven't talked to since 2012. Sent me a Snapchat. It's like, my whole family's using Sushi Count. And he had it on this big iPad. I've never seen anyone use it on an iPad. They just had an iPad just using Sushi Count. Yes, this goes to show that Sushi Count may have been built in one night, but its legacy will live on forever. So,
Yes.
that's Sushi Count.